Well, hey, if you're looking for some fun that's out of this world, then head on down to Huntsville, Alabama. From moon rocks to the Apollo 16 capsule, this museum has it all. Our cameras recently headed down there to check it out for ourselves.
When President Eisenhower started talking about needing to get more involved in space, they took the rockets from the Army program and basically transferred them and created NASA. And then from the 60s on, Huntsville became really the birth of America's space program. The U.S. Space and Rocket Center has been open 43 years, just celebrated our 43rd birthday. It is an incredible array of what our space program is all about. People often say, how did we get into space? Where did it all begin? How did it start? If you drive down to the U.S. Space and Rocket Center in Huntsville, your eyes will be open. You'll see it. And it's amazing. There are more than 1,500 artifacts here from the very beginning of the space program all the way to where we are right now, what the next step is for space travel, and for space transportation. We are currently standing inside the Davidson Center for Space Exploration, and this is kind of a showpiece for us. This is an opportunity to walk in and see one of only 3 Saturn V rockets in the world. Ours is a National Historic Landmark. And when you come in and you walk in the room, the first reaction from many people is, oh my goodness, this thing is huge, 363 feet long, and it is just incredible to see because you begin to grasp what it was like for people to get on board this thing and travel to the moon. All of the artifacts inside this building, many of them are managed by us, a number of them are owned by the Smithsonian and they're on loan to us. So you're not looking at a replica or just a piece of something or what something might have looked like. You're looking at real legitimate test vehicles, things that were used, things that were put together to help man get to the moon. Probably one of the most amazing things is to look at the Apollo 16 capsule. It is the original capsule that took man to the moon, and to think that 3 men got inside that thing and risked their lives, and they went up for days, and they were circling around the moon, and a couple of them went and landed on the moon, and to think that the Apollo 16 capsule lives in Huntsville, that's pretty darn exciting. Somebody doesn't just tell you about it, you get to see it. And here at the Space and Rocket Center, you get to walk up to things. You get to step inside modules and trainers. And rather than just being standoffish, the neatest thing, one of the coolest things, you get to immerse yourself, you get to involve yourself into what it was like for these astronauts back in the 50s and 60s when they were training and they were making plans for these big missions. And you also get a really good taste of what the future is going to be like. As you go through the museums here, you realize, I learned about that in school, or I learned about that in college, or I heard about that from my parents or grandparents growing up. So it's a wonderful history lesson to experience.
The U.S. Space and Rocket Center is located in Huntsville, Alabama. You can check them out online at rocketcenter.com and follow them on Facebook and Twitter at Rocket Center USA.